One person who can perhaps nip this in the bud is President Trump. He says he has good relations with leaders of both countries. You know, as inane as that sounds. But let's quickly play out what the White House press secretary said.
Can you give us an update on U.S. efforts to mediate or have an impact on the conflict between India and Pakistan?
Sure, I absolutely can. This is something that the Secretary of State and, of course, now our National Security Advisor as well, Marco Rubio, has been very much involved in. The President has expressed he wants to see this de-escalate as quickly as possible. He understands these are two countries that have been at odds with one another for decades, long before President Trump was here in the Oval Office. However, he has good relationships with the leaders of both countries, and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, I spoke to him just yesterday. He has been in constant communication with the leaders of both countries trying to bring this conflict to an end.
Can you give us an update on U.S. efforts to mediate or have an...
Abhijit, how can the United States have good relations with Pakistan, where Osama bin Laden was found?
Look, these are, we need to separate the chaff from the wheat, right? America uses this term very often, even when they're being sarcastic and tongue-in-cheek. Good relations is quite the putting good relations and Pakistan in the same sentence with regards to any of its neighbors is a bit of an oxymoron. It will elicit the same laughs in Delhi that it will in Kabul or in Tehran, right? Everybody knows you can't have good relations with Pakistan because it's a mindset. They have to adjust their own mindset. Now, the only good relation out here is for Pakistan to back off. Everyone knows this. So they're spinning it their way. They're trying to give some kind of a face-saving whatever to Pakistan. That's fine. I don't care if they give a face-saver. My only thing is we have shown loud and clear, Pranesh. We have shown loud and clear we don't give a damn what the international press is saying. We're not engaging with the international press that keeps running anti-India stories. The Pakistanis are, let them run it. Because we are going to win this, whether we have their blessings or not, it doesn't matter. Let them run 500,000 negative stories about us. It isn't going to break our resolve. We're done with seeking international validation. If the others want to give some kind of face saver, but remember, no face saver is going to remove from the fact that India is going to get the last say this time.
Captain Bansal, you know, before I bring you in, Brigadier Sandeep Tyagi is also with us. Brigadier, Pakistanis have once again started their tactical delusions, the drone attack.
Yeah, precisely, Pranesh, good evening once again, and this is exactly what I was trying to bring out earlier in the evening, that this is something which we will continue to be, need to be prepared for, and this is going to go on. While the previous speakers have adequately brought out as to how we should go about doing what we must, despite the fact that whatever the White House has put out or the international media is saying or whatever the so-called international community is sort of, wanting to give a face saver to Pakistan, be that as it may, we must continue to sort of maintain and ensure that all these, these drone activities are not sort of detrimental to our, security and our assets. This is precisely what I was mentioning earlier in the evening. So this just reinforces what I said. And to sort of come back to what the earlier speakers were saying and what you were asking, definitely a rogue state would continue to remain rogue, right? And we need to put the rogue state into the right place. That goes without saying in any case. So while we do that, we must ensure that our capacity building continues to go up and we remain ahead in the curve of air defense. That's absolutely essential. That's what I was trying to say earlier in the evening.